Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear students. Welcome to the chapter 4 in IST-200 Java programming. In this chapter, actually, this is the last chapter, we are going to learn it, which is, if you remember in the beginning, we have said, or we said that in chapter 1, if you remember that, we said Java provides two type of application, is it? Do you remember that? What type of application? Okay, I know that I am recording offline, but still I will keep your mind working with me. So just watch that. Go to chapter 1 and check what you found there. Okay, you will get there. We have two type of programs, or two types of application that Java providing. First one is, we said, standalone application, and we already explained what is standalone application. And the second one is, we said, applet, apps or website or web-based application, is it? So that web-based application is just applet. So what is applet? An application, we said, an applet is a Java program that runs on a web page. So it is not a standalone. It's need somewhere, or it's need a browser, or it's need a program to run on it. That is just like a platform. Applet can be run within a modern browsers. Of course, it is out of date. The run modern Java applets, all browsers need to be added a plugin. So if you are running an old version of browser, do you know what is a browser? What we mean by browsers? Browser is just like Google Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla, and so on. This is just browsers. Okay, Applet Viewer is a program that can run. Okay, run a program. An application is a Java program that runs all by itself. If you remember chapter 1, we already discussed this, and we already take a lot of exercises in or on standalone applications. An applet program written in Java program language that can be included in HTML page for things. First, we are going to write, or we're going to build a Java file, .java. So that is just second one is, or second part is, we are going to execute this. But how we are going to execute? We need to create, or we need to design an HTML page to do that thing only. So preparing applet tags, interpret applets into a web page. That is, we will go through practical, inshallah, and creating HTML file, testing the applet program. That's it. But during our this session, we are going to do it without HTML. I will teach you how to do that. Package and classes. Java supporting a huge library. We already discussed this. Java is just a set of classes or libraries. You remember that? Which is used by JVM. Refer please chapter 1. Code is organized into classes, and classes also organized into packages. Okay, so one way to use them code is just to import this package. Do you remember that when we need to just import, or when we need to ask user to give us some values, we import a scanner, is it? So a scanner is just a file, or just a class inside one package under Java package, and then we import it, we use it. The same thing for whole package of applets. Usually we use two packages. This is the minimum. We use two packages in applet. We will see that two classes. Sorry, in applet we will import it, and then we will see what kind of package we are going to import. You can import a single class or all all of the classes in the package. So applet class, if you see that, we create an applet, you must import applet class. This is the first thing. Once when we decide to create an applet application, the first line we should, or the first part, or the first step, we should do it what? We have to create, or we have to import the applet class. So when we say applet class, if you say here a capital A, applet class, always classes in Java start with the capital letters. Packages will start with the small letters, even if they have the same name. Usually, in some cases, we have the same name, like applet package and applet class. So if you see here, the class or that class, this class, which is applet class, is just a Java application under a Java application package. If you see this applet, it's a package, but this is a class. So this package is, this class is just under that package. We will see that capital letter or capitalization is a matter in this meaning. So A with a capital letter it's not A with a small letter. So this is the two different variables if I am using for a variables, for example. So it is two different variables totally. Okay? Why? That is because, as we know, Java is a case sensitive. If you see here, applet and applet with a capital letter, this part it's just a package, and this one is just a class. So two different names. How we are importing a class, that is what we are going to know. If you see here, we are just import a class applet from a package applet from a Java. Okay, so now import is a keyword, as you know that already. Java.package Java.applet is a package, or the name of the package, that is this class is just under it. So dot is a separator of a package from a class. Okay, applets is the name of the class. There is a semicolon, you know that is the end of statement, is a semicolon. AWT, another class or another package, sorry, it's called Abstract Windows Tools. What is use of AWT? AWT is just provide us many classes. It helps us to draw shapes and write things on a screen. A Java AWT package includes, for example, drawing lines and shapes, drawing letters, setting colors, choosing font. If you draw on a screen, the Java AWT is probably involved. If you are drawing something on screen, that means you are using, or you must use, AWT. Import a Java AWT exactly like we are importing a Java package. We may import a single class, or we may import it all of them together. If you see here, we are just importing import java.awt is a package, and .all, this is dot asterisk, or this asterisk means all the classes which is under this package. So asterisk means all classes. So the import is directive, can be go on order, but must be the first line of the program. What we mean by this? That means, is it important to, because I want to use AWT inside Applet program, so is it important to import first AWT, or if we importing Applet before AWT? It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. So which one you are importing first, it doesn't matter, but it's supposed to be the first line or the headers of the class. The first line import before you are starting your class. Main or paint method. If you remember that in standalone application, we are always using public static void main, which is a main method where the program is hitting first, or where the program is executing from. Okay, so in this applet program, we don't have a main method. but we have a paint method. So paint method exactly, it's work like a main method. Exactly same. Okay, but there we have a main, here we have paint. In main, we are using, usually we use to run main method, and then we import array, which is a string argument, array of arguments. Here we are going to import something called graphics. So we will see that. Paint method must be named exactly as it. Okay, paint need to be told where on the screen to draw. Why we need paint? We need paint, that means we are going to tell our screen from where we are going to start, which point, and that is we are going to know through it later. That will be only a parameter if we need. A paint doesn't return any result. So paint should be void. So it doesn't return any result. If you see here, public void paint, we import the graphics and we name it as a G, is just a graph. That is a public, you know it is accessible. Okay, void is, that mean we say that, or we tell this paint method it doesn't return anything. A graphics is a short of, or a graphics, it is a short of graphics content. It's an object that holds information about the painting. It's remember that color, font, or anything, size, whatever, it's just remember the last setting you are given. Okay, it's remember fonts, it can paint only, but it doesn't remember what you have painted. That means if I draw a shape, for example, I draw a rectangle or triangle or whatever in my screen, it doesn't remember we are already painted there. But it remember what font we used. It's remember what last color we used. And that is, if we want to change a color first, we need to change it, and then we are going to draw using that color. If you see here, we just go through it. This is a program, a first program. We are going to do it together now. As we said here, just we are going to create, and as usual, we are going to create a new class, which is a Java class. We will name this, for example, chapter 4 AWT. Okay, so I will create that class. This is, we don't need it. So as we said, in this class we need to import first what? Import java.applet java.applet class and semicolon. Again we need to import what? Import java.awt. AWT, what class I need to import? In AWT, we have thousands or hundreds of classes there. I need them all. So it's easy for me to just call them all. So now, if we set there, we said public, static, void main. You remember? Void main. You remember this? We already discussed this. But here, we are not going to use this. We need to use applet. But in this case, I need to extend applets, inherit applets. You remember? In chapter 3, we talk inheritance. So here, we are going to implement extends applet. It's just the applet class that is we need to inherit. So in this case, now I will use public void. We said that is, it doesn't return anything, and its name should be paint. So this paint will import graphics. That's, if you see now in graphics we have something called G. Let's assume that first we will say hello Mazoon College. So how we are drawing, see that? We are going to use this G. So if I said G dot draw, I want to draw what? I want to draw string. So what if you see this, a string will take a place. What kind of string I am going to use? I will say hello, Mazoon College. Okay, where I want to draw. So if you know the screen is starting from the top point, that is highest and width. If you remember سينات سادات. So تبدأ من 0 في أقصى القائمة في الزاوية يسار. So this is the screen. It will be start from 0 but we first go to left and then top. So first, where I want this to be drawn in my screen, I want to be drawn. Is it left how much and then top how much? So these two values is just show me where it's. So I will say I will let the cursor go first 100 pixel. So I will say 100 pixel to the left and 100 pixel to the right, to the top or from the top. So this is a vertical or horizontal. So horizontally I will go 100 and vertically I will go 50. That is called left and top. Okay, so let's see now how we are running. Of course, we're supposed to be in browsers. We're supposed to be create something, but NetBeans have ability, or it can run using its own Paint preview. So let's rerun this program. If you see here, we have something called Applet viewer. If you see, it's just draw for us Mazoon College in a center. Hello Mazoon College here. It goes 100 from the left and 50 from but top. So let's we go back to our class and let's just change this here. We are going to change this to 200. So that means we will go 100 horizontally and 200 vertically. So let's run and just see how the Applet viewer will do. If you see here, it's go. Now the text is came in the bottom. If you see here, this is our text. So now, what if I want to change the color of this from black? So G dot, I will say set color. So I will set color. Color of what? Which color? So I will use class color. In class color, I will use, for example, dot red. So I will use this color. So let's see now. If we run this, what we will got? See, we got Mazoon College here at the bottom with a red color. You got it? Okay. So let's go back and continue. So this is our first program. That is, I already discussed this and explained everything there. So now to run the applet, we need actually to create applet function that is in HTML big. But I'm not going to this because if you see here, if we said, where's that? We said we need a viewer to run on a browser. Viewer is just, let me go in very fast. Okay. In a browser. Go through the chapter because of my recording. So applets is just need to say what's width, what's height we are using, and this is just under HTML. But I'm not going to do it because this is now out of date and browsers doesn't support applet tag anymore because of HTML5 now is supporting what? It's supporting objects in place of applets. Colors, AWT color, we may change. If you see here, color.black, gray, dark gray, light gray, white, many colors have you seen when we change there to red. We already use that color. How we are creating a new color? By just, do you know, red, green, blue? That is, if we are just creating our own specific color, if it is not there in this list, so we can create our own by using the three numbers. Three numbers, that means for red, we have to use from 0 to 255, green from 0 to 255, blue also 0 to 255. Okay? So if we want to use, for example, array, black is always 0, white will be 255. The maximum highest of the parameter is, for example, now here, if we said 255, 255, we just mix red and green and keep the no blue, that will give us the color of yellow. دمج الألوان، إذا تتذكروا درستوا يمكن في المدرسة دمج الألوان. So mix colors. Okay, color setting. So if we want to set color, that is I already show you there an example. In paint method, if you see here, we know that it will or the graphic will remember the color for long as much as till the end. But if you change it, if in the beginning we just use blue, if I change it to red, it will remember only red. So we say, what is pixel is? Pixel is a picture element. Pix, it is just a picture element, which is one pixel is one dot on the screen. If you remember this, a screen, your resolution اللي هو دقة الشاشة. إذا تسمعوا بالHD والفول HD هذه كلها عبارة عن ليش الشاشة صافية هناك؟ ليش الشاشة قوية؟ لأنه عدد البكسلات في الشاشة يكون عدد كبير، مثلا 1024 28 في كل سنتيمتر. How many dots or how many pixels in that screen? That's why you got that number of. For example, there are typically 72 to 90 pixels per inch. Okay? لما أقول 1024 1024 إذا أنا عندي 1024 في الإنش الواحد عدد الدوتس. لما أقول عندي البيكسلز مثلا لما تشوف التي في يقول لك HD or high HD or very high HD. لما يقول لك عندي 25 I think 200 2500 و something يعني. That mean in each inch في كل inch في كل بوصة عندنا هذاك العدد من البكسلات فيها، فيعطي دقة شاشة أعلى وأعلى. فلذلك الجيمرز they are always concerned about their screens and graphic cards. Java AWT measure everything in pixel. That is we know. Okay, Java coordinate system X and Y. That's mean from the top left corner 0 0. I already explained this. If we go this 50 0, that's mean I will go to the left 50 and no to the from left to right I will go 50 points or 50 pixels, and then in the top there's still 0. If I say here 0, so it will remain this and it will come in this way. Okay, so so what is the total width or total height? It's just width. That's mean here in the end, which is a width of the screen -1, and also bottom, which is height -1. So this is a height -1 here, and here width -1. Good. Okay. If you see here a pixel, this is 0 0. This is, if we say this is a 50 0, this is, for example, 20 what? 0 20, and left 50 20. Drawing rectangle, if we draw a rectangle in a screen, just we need to say left and top. So we'll go from left and from top, then we'll give height and width. Let's go here, come back to our program, and let me see how we are going to draw a rectangle. If you see there, our color is red. So let me just draw a rectangle where? G dot, draw draw rectangle. So if I draw a rectangle, I need first left. How much? I will say go 20 to the left, and then to the top go to 50. And how much? I will say height and width. So I will say 30 or 60, 50 by 60. Okay, so I will draw this rectangle in this. Let me see now. Our color is red. So what we are expecting? So it will write this, and then it will write us this one. We are expecting also a red rectangle. If you see here, we already got a red rectangle. So what if I want to change? I want to keep Mazoon College in red, but I want to change a rectangle color. So how? I will just change G dot. Before I am using that or drawing, I will change set color. Set color to where? Sorry, it's not set shape. Set color. So in set color, I will set color dot. I will say blue, for example. Okay, so semicolon. So now, if I run this, I will see how it works. Yes, it's working fine for me. Good, great. So now let's go back here. If we draw this, but what if we want a filled one, a rectangle? That's called, if we want a filled rectangle, we will fill it. For example, just let me draw another one here, which is same size. Just I will put it beside it. So I will, in place of draw rectangle, I will draw a fill rectangle. Fill rectangle. I will say not in the same place. I will put it, if you say 20 plus 60, so I will put it in 80 in left, and the remaining, so I will put them in horizontal sides. So if we see here, run this file, if you see, I put them beside each others. Okay, so this is my second rectangle. I hope it's clear. Okay, so this is a full program. If we say here, fill rectangle in blue, and then in the same, if they said, if you see here how they are drawing, he drew the first one with a shape of violet, and then this is I think yes, in both colors, just little bit darker, and this second one is, if you see here, blue and red, and that is, if we say draw line, if we want to draw line again from where we are starting, where to stop, and also x2 and y2. So that is, if I want to draw a line in this way, for example, I say x 50-50 and y 1. So 50-50 is a x and y first point, and the second point also x and y. That's mean محور سينات صادات مثلا 3 4 إلى مثلا 7 9. So I will draw the shape in this way. This is how we are drawing line. Draw oval يعني شكل بيضاوي. Okay, أيضا again we are drawing this. Or fill always opposite of draw. If we want fill, that means it will fill the color inside the box or inside the shape. Draw round rectangle. Round rectangle, that means this rectangle will be, the corners will be rounded. Okay, fill round rectangle. Draw arc يعني قوس. Okay, الانجل والarc angle. From where and start. Draw string. This is we already talking. It's just draw a text. HTML page. Of course, we need to create HTML page, but in NetBeans we don't need to do that. And also because of new browsers are not supporting now anymore Java Applet. By this we are just finishing or closing our chapter. This is a full program. If we are drawing here, this is what we already wrote in here. So just let me change the color and font. This is, I will put it in 20, and let me say here 2020. So I want to change this from color to any other color. So I will use here, in place of red, I will use, for example, cyan. Cyan color. So also I will change the font. So how we are changing the font? We may use a font. So I will create object for font f equal to a new font. So this new font, I will give the font name, for example, Arial, and I will give the font style. So it will be font dot, for example, bold or underline, italic, whatever, bold, italic. So I will give, for example, we have here bold, okay? And I will give the size. What is the size of my font? For example, I will give 30. So this is font. So again, G dot, we have set font. What kind of font? So I will use this font. Okay? So now if I run this file, you may see, now see, how is it? I got a Mazoon College in a bigger and in cyan color. I hope it is clear. This is everything. By this, students, we already finished chapter 4. Please practice and prepare for final exam. Till today, there is no decision for the final exam, when or how you are going to sit for final exam, but for sure there's a final exam, and this course has practical exam also. I'm not sure if they are going to cancel a practical exam or not. I have no idea. Still, management doesn't decide, or the academic dean or the college dean didn't decide yet. But when they will decide, you will know how and you are going to sit or take this exam. So please prepare for exam, prepare for final exam. So this program, it may got it also in your final practical. Okay, wish you good luck and see you. Thank you.